something strange is happening, and though most people are going about their lives as usual, you can feel it. There's a quiet tension hanging in the air, like the world is holding its breath. No alarms, no news flashes, just an invisible shift stirring beneath the surface of reality. Maybe you felt it too. That uneasy but magnetic sensation, like time is bending slightly, like something is about to begin, or perhaps something already has. Days feel hazy but electric. There's a restlessness that can't be named, a sense that something profound is unfolding just beyond the veil. It's not something you can fully explain with logic, it's something you feel in your bones. A whisper in the soul. A hum in your energy field. And here's the twist. This isn't about religion, doctrine, or any single belief system. This is about resonance, a deeper pattern etched into the structure of the universe. It's about energy, symbolism, timing, and how certain moments in the year, like Easter, don't just show up on a calendar, they arrive, cosmically coded, loaded with meaning. And today we're going to decode it. Because once you understand the hidden rhythm that pulses through this sacred season, something inside you awakens, and once awakened, it doesn't go back to sleep. The cosmic formula of Easter. Easter is perhaps one of the most universally recognized holidays in the world, yet oddly enough, it doesn't have a fixed date. Unlike Christmas, which always lands on December 25th, Easter moves. Sometimes it graces the final days of March, and other times it waits until well into April. But because Easter doesn't follow the solar calendar most of us live by. It follows the moon. More precisely, Easter is celebrated on the first Sunday after the first full moon following the spring equinox. That's a very specific formula, and it places Easter not as a man-made tradition, but as a cosmic appointment. It aligns with lunar and solar rhythms that go back to the ancient structure of time itself. Think about the implications of that. The timing of Easter isn't dictated by governments or churches, it's chosen by the universe. It waits for that celestial balance point, the equinox, when day and night are equal, symbolizing harmony. Then it locks onto the first full moon after that, harnessing the energy of fullness, revelation, and inner transformation. In esoteric traditions, the moon governs the unconscious, the intuitive, the feminine, the flow of life. It pulls on oceans and on our own internal tides. When Easter is placed within that lunar gateway, it becomes more than a religious festival. It becomes a sacred opening, a time of inner awakening perfectly synchronized with cosmic forces far beyond our everyday awareness. The significance of this year's full moon. This year, the full moon that governs Easter is known as the pink moon, not because the moon itself turns pink, but because of the early blooming wild phlox that paints the spring landscape in shades of soft rose. While the name sounds poetic, it's more than that. Spiritually, the pink moon symbolizes the reawakening of life after a long winter, the thawing of not just earth, but soul. It's the moon of emergence, of coming back to life, of stepping forward into visibility after months of internal quiet. Under this moon, the dormant energies within us stir. The soul begins to shed its layers of slumber, preparing to bloom again. But what makes this year particularly potent is how closely this pink moon aligns with the spring equinox. When a full moon occurs near the equinox, it amplifies the energy of both. The equinox brings perfect balance, light and dark are equal. The full moon brings full illumination, shining light on what was hidden. Together, they form a double activation portal, a moment when the universe hands you a mirror and asks, "Who are you now?" It's a cosmic alignment that speaks to growth, balance, and spiritual visibility. And when Easter rides the wave of that alignment, it becomes not just a symbolic resurrection, but a deeply personal one. Energetic delay and its effects. But this year, something unusual is happening. Easter doesn't occur during the full moon surge, it arrives after. That may seem insignificant on the surface, but energetically, it changes everything. We are now in what mystics call the echo phase, the aftershock of a cosmic event. The wave of energy from the full moon and equinox has already moved through. But its frequencies are still resonating. Like ripples on a pond long after the stone has fallen in, this delayed timing creates a subtle dissonance, a feeling like we're catching up to something that's already begun. The energy is quieter, less intense, but no less real. You may feel this as a kind of spiritual static, a restlessness that has no clear source. You might feel like you should be doing something, but can't name what. There could be a fog between you and your next step, like clarity is almost here, but not quite. This is the recalibration phase. After a major energetic activation, our internal systems, mind, body, spirit, need time to adjust. It's like being jet-lagged after time travel. You've been shifted, but you haven't fully landed. So if you've been feeling offbeat, sensitive, or uncertain, it's not a problem. It's a process. You're synchronizing with new frequencies. Let them settle. Symbols, rituals, and subconscious activation. Easter, as a modern holiday, is full of imagery, pastel colors, eggs, rabbits, lilies, chocolates, spring dresses, and family gatherings. On the surface, it seems like a cheerful cultural tradition, maybe even a commercial one. But beneath the surface, something much more profound is happening. These symbols repeat every year, and repetition is the language of the subconscious. Your energy field records these signals, even if your conscious mind doesn't. Over time, they become energetic anchors, seasonal codes that reawaken old emotional and spiritual imprints. This is why Easter often feels familiar in a way that goes beyond memory. It's ancestral. It's archetypal. It's soul deep. Every time you see a decorated egg, smell blooming flowers, or hear an Easter hymn, your subconscious is activated. These symbols aren't just decorations. They are triggers, portals, coded with meanings that your rational mind may not understand, but your spirit does. An egg, for instance, is not just a snack or a child's toy. It's a symbol of life contained, of potential waiting to emerge. A rabbit isn't just cute. It's the sign of quickening, of abundance and fertile creativity. Even the act of gathering, eating together, or wearing new clothes holds symbolic charge. These rituals are ancient, far older than Christianity, and they touch places in your psyche that lie dormant most of the year. Collective energy and archetypal symbols. Psychologist Carl Jung introduced the concept of the collective unconscious, a shared layer of mind that all humans tap into, filled with universal archetypes and symbols. During Easter, many of these archetypes are activated at the same time by millions of people around the world. Whether consciously or unconsciously, people are thinking about rebirth, renewal, resurrection, and hope. They are engaging with the egg, the cross, the rabbit, symbols that transcend culture and religion. When this happens on a global scale, it creates what can be called a resonance field, a shared frequency of thought and emotion that amplifies the energy of the season. This is not just theory. You feel it. The air feels different when masses of people are in the same energetic state. The collective becomes a tuning fork, and you are part of that chord. In this shared vibration, even small acts, lighting a candle, walking in nature, contemplating rebirth, gain magnified power. These are not just symbolic gestures. They're participations in an ancient rhythm that echoes through time. So when you hold an egg, see a cross, or feel the softness of spring air, you're connecting with archetypes that stretch back thousands of years. These symbols are keys, unlocking awareness and guiding you gently into alignment with your own inner resurrection. Closing reflection. Here's the truth. Not all transformation comes with a lightning bolt. Sometimes, spiritual shifts move like a fog at dawn. Quietly, slowly, almost imperceptibly. You may not have had an moment. You may still feel unsure, stuck, or confused. That's okay. Deep change rarely arrives with fireworks. It shows up as a still, small voice, a nudge, a knowing, a whisper. This is the energy of Easter in its purest form. It doesn't scream. It invites. It pulls you inward, gently, back into yourself, into the core of your soul's knowing. This season is not about explosive action. It's about sacred stillness. Listening. Feeling. Remembering. So if you feel like you're in limbo right now, not fully here, not fully gone, trust the process. You're not broken. You're being recalibrated. You're in the midst of a cosmic shift that's subtle but powerful. Easter is not just a historical or religious celebration. It's a metaphysical pattern woven into the rhythm of the cosmos. It marks a time of emergence, of symbolic death and rebirth, and of energetic resonance. You are not just observing this pattern, you are this pattern. You are the rhythm, the return, the resurrection. And now that you've seen it, now that it's been awakened within you, you can never unsee it.